Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you've been enjoying your holidays. I know I have. Alright, so it's been a while since I've done a guitar gear video. I've done several DIY videos before for things such as guitar pedals, so today I've got some more gear to show. Here I have two boxes that might look like guitar pedals, but these are actually solid state amplifiers, and they can get pretty loud. Now this first one here, this is based on a Marshall tone stack, and it's got a Class AB amplifier. So the nice thing about Class AB amps is that they sound really good. Like, it's surprising how good the sound quality is in this tiny little package. But Class AB amplifiers aren't very power efficient, so this one requires a DC 24 volt power jack to operate. This one, on the other hand, uses a Class D amplifier, which is much more efficient, meaning that it can be powered by a battery. So I've got a rechargeable battery in here, making it completely portable. And this has a Laney style preamp in it, which Laney amps are known for their very dark and heavy tone, but it's a really powerful sounding amp. Now, both of these, like I said, were projects that I did myself. I actually built these before I made the channel, so they're a little old. You might be able to tell that this Marshall style one is kind of a little beaten up. This was before I kind of perfected my process of doing the art and applying the clear coat. So this one could have used more clear coat. It's been a little beaten up over the years. But anyway, I'm finally pulling it out of the closet, and I wanted to make a video just kind of showcasing how they sound. I'm going to be playing some demos on it. And then if you guys are interested, I can make a follow-up video that will go into more detail of how I made these, so you can make your own. Alright, so let's start with the Marshall style one. So here I've got two plugs. One of these is a DC power jack. This other one, it goes to the speaker here. Now, something else I'm going to be showing. This is a little cabinet I made for a 5-inch speaker, and I cut the wood and stained it myself. Complete custom design. The reason why I made this was to complement the battery-powered amp so that I could have a truly portable setup. But this is more or less like an experiment. It sounds okay, but yeah, the tone is not nearly as nice as a full-size 12-inch speaker. So that's why I'll be doing most of the demos today on that cabinet. But towards the end, I'll go ahead and show this one as well. Alright, so let's jump into it. So I'll first hook up the amp and plug in the power. And we got the input here. And I've got my guitar here. So you might have noticed this is a new guitar that I recently got about a month or two ago. I actually sold my Gibson Les Paul Studio that if you've seen my older videos, you've probably seen the Les Paul. Well, I decided to sell it and buy this guitar, one other guitar, and I still had a few $100s left over after the exchange. So maybe I'll do another video talking about why I sold the Les Paul, but long story short, Gibsons aren't the best value, to be honest. You know, you can get comparable guitars for much less money. But anyway, this video is not about why I sold the Gibson. It's about the amps. So let's get to it. Alright, so I'm going to be playing just some random riffs, some that you've probably heard before, others you haven't. Some of it is just going to be me noodling around. So sorry in advance I'm not the best guitarist, but I think I'm good enough to demo some gear. Alright, so let's go over the controls on this one really quick. So this has a master volume at the bottom. It's got your standard EQ, bass, mids, treble. Right now I have the bass around 10 o'clock, the mids a little past 12, and the treble a little past 12. And it also has a gain knob, which is set pretty high around 3 o'clock right now. There's also, this is a three-way switch, so not only is it an on-off switch, but it also allows you to select the high or low input. So let's go ahead and start with the high input, high gain, and then I'll show a more cleaner tone afterwards. All right, so let's check it out. So yeah, I mean, that sounds like a Marshall amp if you ask me. The sound quality is like really good. Of course, it's a solid state amp, but you know, compared to good quality solid state amps, I'd say that's pretty up there. So let's go ahead and dial back the gain a bit. Let's get more of a crunchy. Alright, so I'll do a few more just riffs that you've probably heard. Okay, so now maybe a more cleaner tone. So I'm going to switch to the low gain input and turn down the gain even more. Okay, so this is more of a clean tone. Alright, so I'd say overall I'm really pleased with how this came out. Like I said, if you're curious of building your own, I'll definitely make a follow-up video showing every detail of how you can recreate it. So drop a comment, let me know. Alright, now let's move on to the other one. So give me a second here to get this all disconnected. Okay, so you'll notice I'm not going to be plugging this into this one. This is battery powered, although there is so you can see here, I have a space opened here. So this is just a prototype. So I left a big, oh, also forgot to mention, this is 3D printed. So I left a big wide open space here so I can plug in a charger. But right above that, it also has a standard DC power jack in case I wanted to operate it without the batteries, but with a DC jack. And yeah, input, output, and the standard controls, full EQ with a gain and master volume. All right, so I'll go ahead and connect this up to the speaker. All right, here we go. So again, this is based on a Laney preamp. So for example, a famous player who used these was Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath. So it's got a really, high gain, powerful sound. So right now I have it dialed up pretty high gain. So let's hear it. Okay, now I'll dial the gain back a bit because it's pretty cranked up. Let's try. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Drop a comment and let me know what you think of the tone. Not my playing, but I think most of you guys would agree, like, these are some really nice high gain tones. Like, of course, it's not a tube amplifier or like a real Laney amp, but it's getting there, and it's, like I said, completely portable. So now let's give it a shot with the smaller speaker cabinet. So I'll pause the video and get it all set up, and I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back, but we're having some technical difficulties here. For some reason, the speaker isn't working. I tried it with both amplifiers and something's wrong. I need to open it up and check. But I'm not going to do that right now, so I'll save it for maybe another day and make a video on it. It might be a fun little project for some of you guys. Like I said, the cabinet is made out of wood that I cut and stained myself. And the front baffle was actually 3D printed. So it has a speaker grate and a little bass port. So, yeah, I might be doing another video on it, but it's kind of, it sounds all right. I don't know, maybe it's the speaker. Maybe a different speaker would have worked better, or maybe the bass port is making it a bit too boomy. Like I said, it was an experiment. But yeah. However, I am planning to do a video showing a wooden cabinet DIY build for the Marshall clone that I previously made a video about. So building this little cabinet was sort of practice for, making the larger cabinet for that amplifier. So if you're still curious on that, I know it's been like a year since I made that video, but I'm definitely planning on making that cabinet in the next few months, let's say January. So yeah, anyway, that's gonna wrap up today's video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment, and also be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And like I said, if you're curious on learning step-by-step details of how I made these little amplifiers, then let me know. And the more people that are interested, the sooner I'll make the video, but I'll definitely be planning to do that at some point. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, enjoy your holidays, and I'll see you guys next time.